Alright, guys, so I am back, basically touching on the running backs at this point. We're going to go ahead and go and speak into our current stable of running backs. We're going to start off with Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon, 5'9", 205 pounds. Looks like he is out of Georgia Southern along with Matt Breida. Currently, his 2017 season stats were 150 attempts, 570 yards, and 3 TDs. So basically, we lost McKinnon for the year to a torn ACL. So honestly, for us, he hasn't really done much of anything. For a career, he has 1,918 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. He only has 7 touchdowns. And he's been in the league for a little bit, but there's not really much we can do, by way of what happened with him. We would love to have had him, do more for us and, play, but it is what it is. To be honest with you, Jerick McKinnon, I like him, but he's in danger of losing his job. We have Matt Breida, we have Tevin Coleman, we have Raheem Mostert, and basically to me, it's just simple. If McKinnon wants to keep his job, he's got to show up and show out. And he's got to really show out. Because they brought along Tevin Coleman, who basically already knows Shanahan's system, who did a very good job for Devontae Freeman last year. And you basically are going to have to beat him out to be able to take that starting job. And McKinnon hasn't practiced. He hasn't done anything for OTAs, none of this stuff. So when you look at it from that standpoint, basically, long story short, he's got a ways to go. He's got to find a way to come back. So I'll move on from McKinnon, but I can just say this. He's in danger of losing his job. I know a lot of us as 49er fans aren't necessarily too high on him. It was a little confusing when we went ahead and gave him all that money, but, honestly, it is what it is. So it's another injured player, unfortunately for us, last year that kind of hit us really hard. So Jerick McKinnon is going to have to show up, show out, and do his damn thing. So I'm going to move on here to Matt the Cheetah Breida. So Matt Breida here is probably our best running back. And I'm going to say that because I've seen him play. I understand what happened. And I know that, he's one of those off and on type of injured players. He's not always injured, but he gets there. And it happens to him. So I feel like with Tevin Coleman there to be able to spell him properly, Breida can stay healthy and be able to get the rushes that he needs. So for his career with us, Matt Breida has 1,279 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. He's got 5 touchdowns. His longest run was 66 yards. His longest reception was 48 yards. Well, he's at 48 receptions for 441 yards. I mean, he almost averaged a touch. He averages a first down almost every time he touches the ball. So he's had 3 receiving touchdowns. All in all, that means he's at about 8 TDs. But what it is with Matt Breida is just staying healthy. So, like I said, with having Tevin Coleman there, with us having this running back by committee approach, we can definitely go ahead and make it to a point where Breida won't have to be injured because he'll only be in a game here and there. They'll be pretty much moving him in and out. Now, if McKinnon comes and he can't show that he's that number one guy, I'm pretty sure we're going to start either Matt Breida or Tevin Coleman. Me personally, I say just put Breida and Coleman in, let them do their thing. It's nothing against Jerick McKinnon. Niner fans, you can be mad at me if you want. If you have a viable case for why we should keep him, let me know. I honestly say cut the guy. Go ahead and just take the L. You know what I'm saying? We got more than enough cap space to support whatever we're going to pay him anyway. So it's not a big deal. I say cut the guy and move on. You got Matt Breida, you got Tevin Coleman, you got Raheem Mostert. Mostert came on strong last year until he broke his damn arm. And then he wound up having a little bit of a setback because the bone wasn't healing right, so they just had to set it back into place so it could heal right. Now, with Mostert makes the team because he was a special teams ace. You know what I'm saying? And he's always been one of those guys who made the roster strictly because of that. He is great, and I do like his speed. I do like how he runs the ball. Like I said, had he not broke his arm, he probably would have had more playing time and probably would have did great for us. Then we have Austin Walter. He ain't going to make the squad. We got Jeff Wilson Jr. probably going to be relegated to the practice squad, and we'll keep him unless he doesn't clear waivers. He did all right for us last year. He wasn't too bad. But honestly, this is a 3-horse race between McKinnon, Tevin Coleman, and Matt Breida, and I feel like Breida and Tevin Coleman are going to have a leg up on Jerick McKinnon because both of them have been healthy, both of them have produced. Tevin Coleman has been the only one healthy throughout OTA, so he's been taking the bulk of the running back carries because Matt Breida wound up, I think he had like pectoral strain or something like that, so he wound up having to sit out OTAs. And then Jeff Wilson probably was in there spelling Tevin Coleman here and there, but I mean, I don't really see Austin Walter or Jeff Wilson making the active roster. Probably winding up being relegated to the practice squad. Now, if McKinnon is healthy, Coleman's healthy, and Breida is healthy, I honestly feel like the unfortunate odd man out is going to be Raheem Mostert. Now, if we let him go, somebody can pick his ass up off waivers real quick because they're going to see the talent and they're already going to know what they need to do. So, with that being said, we will move on to Mr. Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman has been the backup to Devontae Freeman the whole time he's been over in Atlanta. Now, Tevin Coleman for his career has 2,340 yards. He averages 4.4 yards a carry, but he's got 18 TDs. That's something. That's nothing to laugh at. He's got 92 receptions for 1,000 yards and 11 TDs. He's averaging 11 yards a catch. So this is why I say most likely it's going to be Tevin Coleman that's going to be our starter because he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? As a backup, those kind of numbers, I mean, you only get that luck because, Devontae Freeman went down, but then they had that running back by committee switching him and Freeman out. So it was a lot easier, So now we have him, and we'll be using him, and he'll be in a system that's familiar to him, so he can just come in and play. It'll be very simple, and I think that, honestly, Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida should be 1 and 2. And, Jerick McKinnon's going to have to prove himself. We'll see what happens with that. Not really going to go into Jeff Wilson Jr. and or Austin Walter. I don't expect either one of them to actually make the active roster. We'll have them in preseason games. There's not going to be anything spectacular that they're going to do in the preseason to be able to put them above Coleman, Breida, Mostert, and or McKinnon. So the next up we got our fullback, Juice. Juice played most of his career with the Baltimore Ravens, and he did fairly well for us last year. Juice is more so a Swiss Army knife. He can block and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. So honestly, he had 160 receptions. He has 1,400 yards. He's averaging 8 yards a catch, and he has 7 TDs. So Juice is, like I said, that Swiss Army knife. He's going to be the starter. We don't really have another fullback. If we do have another fullback, we're probably going to just use a tight end and squeeze that in. That's pretty much it for the guys there as it pertains to our running back room. So basically, long story short, running backs are going to be very simple. It will be Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida, and Jerick McKinnon. By some freaking nature chance, Jerick McKinnon either hurts himself or he's not available. Then what we're going to have to do is we're going to go down the line and we are going to unfortunately have it to a situation where, we're going to have to start putting guys in. But Mostert's the only other guy I think can make the roster pretty much. I don't see us carrying 4 running backs. It just doesn't make sense. If we're going to carry 3 as a max, then one of those guys is usually going to be inactive. So we're going to have to figure that out. But I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to complain. I will just state that I feel like it's going to be better that, we have our guys on the field doing what they need to do. Let me see here. Let's see. I'm trying to get through this depth chart. My computer is doing its own thing here. So I'm going to try to go over the offensive line in this as well. Oh my gosh, shut up. So we'll go to the offensive line really quick. Seems like Google runs faster than, it's going to run a little faster than Firefox right now. So the offensive line. So let's go ahead and go and take a look at that there. Offensive line. So actually, you know what? I'm going to stop this video. I'll do another video for offensive line. But I'm going to say, period, point blank, Tevin Coleman's probably going to be our starter. I feel like Matt Breida should be the backup, and the last option should be Jerick McKinnon. Unfortunately, Mostert, Austin Walter, and Jeff Wilson Jr. don't make the squad because we're not going to keep that many running backs. Probably put, if we can keep Mostert on the practice squad, that would be lovely, but we're not going to be able to hide that guy. People are going to see what he did, and they're going to want him, especially because of his special teams ability. So that's it for the running backs right now. I'm coming back right now just in a few moments with our offensive tackles and our guards.